Why Indians hate Edward Dyer. General Reginald Edward Harry Dyer is infamous in Indian history for his role in the Jallianwala Bagh massacre in Amritsar, Punjab, on April 13, 1919. This tragic event occurred during British rule in India and became a significant turning point in the Indian struggle for independence. In 1919, India was in a state of unrest due to the repressive Rowlatt Act, which allowed the British government to imprison Indians suspected of sedition without trial. Protests against the act were widespread, particularly in the Punjab region. The Jallianwala Bagh massacre. On April 13, 1919, thousands of unarmed Indian men, women, and children gathered in Jallianwala Bagh, a public garden in Amritsar, to peacefully protest the Rowlatt Act. General Dyer, who was in charge of maintaining order in Amritsar, viewed the gathering as an act of defiance against British rule. Dyer ordered his troops to block the exits of the garden and, without warning, opened fire on the crowd. The shooting lasted for about 10 minutes, during which approximately 1,650 rounds of ammunition were fired. Official British reports stated that 379 people were killed and over 1,000 were injured, though Indian sources estimate much higher casualties. Aftermath and legacy. General Dyer defended his actions, claiming that he had to impose martial law and prevent further rebellion. However, his actions were widely condemned, both in India and back in Britain. While some British officials and members of the public praised Dyer as a hero for maintaining order, others saw his actions as brutal and inhumane. The massacre caused widespread outrage in India and led to a surge in support for the Indian independence movement, with key leaders like Mahatma Gandhi adopting a stronger stance against British rule. It marked a pivotal moment in India's fight for freedom, and Dyer became a symbol of colonial oppression. In Britain, Dyer was initially relieved of his command and faced criticism, but he was never formally punished. In fact, a section of the British public raised money for him in what became known as the Dyer Fund, which rewarded him for his actions. He lived out his final years in England and died in 1927. The Jallianwala Bagh massacre remains a dark chapter in British Indian history and is remembered as a symbol of British imperial brutality. The site of the massacre has since been turned into a national memorial in India.